This is CBC Here and Now.
The Premier pulls in the province. Dwight Ball wants government involved in a CBC court injunction. Brandon Phillips is found guilty of second-degree murder, but he may not serve much time. And Feed NL, CBC devotes a day to helping out those in need. There's a major development tonight in a story Here and Now brought you earlier this week. Premier Dwight Ball won a temporary injunction to block CBC from publishing a story on evidence in the Brandon Phillips murder case. That case will be in court in less than 2 weeks' time when the Premier seeks a permanent injunction. But now, Ball wants to pull the provincial government into his private lawsuit. Here and Now's Ariana Kellen is in the studio now with the latest. So Ariana, what does adding the government to the case actually mean?
Well, Dwight Ball is seeking this injunction as a private person. And as the Premier said through his lawyer this week, he filed an application for an injunction as a father to protect the privacy of an innocent person. He wants to stop the publication of documents that were evidence in the Brandon Phillips trial but were never shown to the jury. Today, lawyers for Ball went to Supreme Court looking to add the Newfoundland and Labrador government as a respondent, along with the CBC and other media outlets. The application says it has become clear that the province has an interest in the proceeding and in the interests of the administration of justice. But here's the thing. A month ago, when CBC originally tried to get the documents, neither the Crown nor the defense opposed their release. We got them, but Ball got an order stopping us from publishing them.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, Ariana, Dwight Ball is moving to involve the province into this private lawsuit, which he filed as a private person to stop the release of these documents?
Yes, that is the case, Anthony. And this matter is scheduled for December 19th. A judge will hear arguments from Dwight Ball's lawyer and CBC's lawyer. And you can read all about this story on our website. That's cbc.ca/NL.
All right, thank you, Ariana. It's Ariana Kellen reporting live in the Here and Now studio. A Supreme Court jury found Brandon Phillips guilty of second-degree murder this morning. Phillips was originally charged with the first-degree murder of Larry Wellman, who intervened during a robbery at the Captain's Quarters Hotel in October of 2015. Here and Now's Fred Hutton has this report.
The anticipation was palpable. Throughout the trial, Brandon Phillips sat up with his lawyers, but today was back in the prisoner's box. Okay. Members of Larry Wellman's family waited for the verdict. His daughter, son, and spouse sat in the same spot through the entire trial. Deborah Phillips, the mother of the accused, was also there to hear the jury's decision. Phillips did not look up as the jurors entered the courtroom. The 6 men and 6 women did not look up either. A minute later, they informed Justice Valerie Marshall of their verdict. Not guilty of first degree, but guilty of second-degree murder. Phillips had his back to the public gallery as the verdict was read. But after, his lawyer said this about his reaction.
Well, how would you be?
Exactly. He's
that's a pretty simple
clearly.
answer, I think.
It's a devastating day for him and his family, and obviously for Mr. Wellman's family. And our thoughts and prayers go out to them as well. Let's not think, in any way that this is a happy occasion for anybody involved, including the Wellman family.
Phillips' mother, Deborah, did not want to do an interview, but she did tell me that she is glad it's over. It's been long and hard on the family. Members of the Wellman family declined comment after the verdict, but Crown prosecutors say in these cases, there are no winners.
At the end of it, it's not going to bring Mr. Wellman back, so there's nothing particularly happy or something to celebrate today. But certainly there's a lot of effort into this with the RNC's very thorough investigation, and we are pleased with the verdict.
It was an emotional trial, partly because the shooting was captured on video. The jury and the victim's spouse, Linda McBay, who was there that night 2 years ago, had to watch and listen to that graphic evidence several times. At one point, it was possible that Premier Dwight Ball would be called to testify. His daughter, Jade, was dating Phillips at the time. In the end, the defense did not call any witnesses. Brandon Phillips maintained his silence as he was led out of the courtroom in handcuffs. Phillips will be back in court next Friday to set a date for sentencing. Second-degree murder automatically carries a sentence of life in prison with no chance of parole for 10 years. Now, if that happens and he gets credit for time and a half already served, Phillips may only have to serve less than 5 more years in jail. As for the possibility of an appeal, both sides say it's too early to make that call. For Here and Now, Fred Hutton, CBC News, St. John's.
The province has finally revealed where it will get its pot next July. Ontario-based Canopy Growth Corporation will supply Newfoundland and Labrador's cannabis. As Here and Now's Terry Roberts reports, today's announcement will also mean the establishment of a new industry with the potential for dozens of long-term jobs.
I think you'll be astounded at how quickly and effectively we can build things.
That's Bruce Linton, founder and CEO of the Ontario company that will ensure there's plenty of cannabis available when legalization takes effect next July. Initially by importing into the province, but within 2 years, this.
Canopy has committed to build a production facility here in the province, resulting in the creation of 145 new jobs.
The company plans to spend $55 million on a production facility and 4 retail shops, and not just for the local market.
Part of my enthusiasm about this opportunity is I am 100% certain there's quite a few people in Guelph and Fort Mac and a few places who wouldn't mind having some product produced here and made available. And so our intent is to produce far more than we're actually going to be able to sell here, because I think branded product coming from Newfoundland is going to be a very successful commercial enterprise. I look forward to turning the first shovel very quickly and bringing you brands.
No requests for proposals, but with no licensed producers here at home, Mitchellmore says the province had to act quickly.
If supply is not provided here in Newfoundland and Labrador, then somebody else will fill that marketplace. Either it would be imported or it would be dealt with in the underground economy.
Government will not invest any money, but will give the company a tax break until it recovers its investment. The province is also talking with other potential suppliers.
We're open in active discussion and negotiation with a number of other companies across the province and across the country as well. And we would use this type of deal as a framework if others wanted to look at Newfoundland and Labrador as a place to do business.
Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
It's now easier for some students in Labrador to get professional answers to any questions they have about sexual and mental health. Mealy Mountain Collegiate in Happy Valley Goose Bay will have a registered nurse on site for the rest of the school year. The nurse will accept weekly appointments at a newly created wellness cafe that's set up inside the school.
I think it's a great initiative that will hopefully see some really positive change in the school.
Do you think very many people will use it?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping that once the word spreads, it'll really catch on, and a lot of students will be using it.
At the school and all high schools right now, there's an increase in mental health issues. There's an increase in anxiety, especially. This was a way of bringing the public health nurse into the school to try to bring health services to students to make it more readily available.
I think that we've been hearing over the last few years that youth really want access to healthcare services, and I guess the traditional way that we deliver healthcare services, they see it as a barrier or not totally accessible to them. And they feel that if it was brought to where they are, they will access. So I think this is a really good primary healthcare initiative because it's really putting access to where people are.
Well, Santa is getting some help this year from the Canadian military and the RCMP. Both are teaming up to get gifts to kids in remote communities on the coast of Labrador. 4,000 pounds of presents are being wrapped and delivered by an RCMP plane. It touched down in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and that's where Here and Now's Jacob Barker caught up with them.
Today at Goose Bay, we came up about approximately 2 aircraft pallets, 4,000 pounds.
When you talk about Christmas, you talk about sleighs in the sky, carrying gifts places. Do you feel like you're overstepping onto somebody else's turf here?
Well, we don't want to take a certain someone's position right now, but with regards to getting these presents out for the kids up north, we do whatever we can. Looking at the items that we were delivered for the children are lots of toys, and for smaller children, just like the wear and tear items like diapers and wipes and all that for your basic needs.
It's important to me because I always get to see the reactions that they get from the children, and you see the excitement in their face.
Like I say, I was posted in Hopedale for the last 3 years. I've been lucky enough to be on the final end of the stage where the presents are given to the kids by Santa in each of the communities, and that's a pretty special event.
This is a very big day for CBC stations across the island. We're holding our annual CBC Feed NL Day at the CBC office in Corner Brook. People donated more than $4,000 and over 100 pounds of food. Here Now's Colleen Connors was there, and so was a very special guest.
It's one of the many things that's close to my heart, and I realize that not everyone and not all child are provided for during Christmas, and this maybe will help, and everyone having a truly and enjoyable Christmas.
The money that the financial donations and the food donations that we receive will help families during the upcoming winter months. We've been helping 136 families each and every month, approximately since January to November of this year. So the need is there, and your donations will certainly help them feed their families and themselves during the winter months.
I think it's a great thing to see everyone coming in today. It warms the cockles of Santa's heart to know that there are so many people that have the same feeling and same thoughts that I do about Christmas and about children especially, and have them having a really good Christmas.
Well, the Swinging Bells kicked things off on the St. John's Morning Show today. The radio crew went live from the CBC lobby here on University Avenue to receive some generous donations from local groups and organizations. Today's Feed NL drive attracted pro basketball players as well as horses and the talented voices of the St. Andrews Elementary Choir. There's the basketball players there. Someone trying to steal and get a free ball. Lots of donations, lots of generosity, lots of people dropping by with donations. And there's the choir in the school just down the street. And that's not all. This was the scene at Black Marsh Road in St. John's today. Shoppers there were given grocery lists of the most needed food bank items this holiday season. Volunteers at Dominion stores across the province also collected cash donations for the Community Food Sharing Association today. And continuing with our Feed NL coverage, let's go to the Avalon Mall, which is where I'll be heading in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to check in there because Here and Now is going to the mall.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
And welcome to a special Feed NL edition of Here and Now. All day, CBC NL has been raising food and money for the Community Food Sharing Association.
That's right, and as you just saw, we've had a load of talent involved with this day, from the morning shows this morning right through to the show tonight. It's going to be an awesome show, and we've got the beautiful Shalloway Choir singing behind us.
Oh, and they are just fantastic. And Ryan, you were very busy today in the mall. You were wrapping lots of gifts in exchange for donations. Lots of people dropping by. Really great response.
Absolutely. The entire CBC team has been kind of taking turns here at the Avalon Mall, and the stream of people has been constant. I don't have a total for you, but I can tell you we've raised tens of thousands of dollars already. I'll have a final tally before the end of the show.
All right, well, that is definitely music to the ears of Egg Walters with the Community Food Sharing Association. He's joining me now. Hi, Egg.
Hi, Karen. Great to be here.
Yeah, how's the day been going so far?
Absolutely fantastic. You know, we've raised, I think, the last figure we got was just a little over $70,000 and still counting. So it's been a fantastic day for food banks throughout the whole province.
And all the money that people are donating today, where is that money going?
Well, the money and food that's being donated, it's going to go towards putting food on the tables for many families throughout Newfoundland and Labrador. So really have to thank the donors throughout the whole province who've done such a wonderful job today.
And there is a really big need in the province right now. Can you tell us a bit about that?
There's about 25,000 individuals throughout the province that use food banks on a regular basis, and certainly Christmas time is a time when we like to be food banks like to have the fresh fruit and vegetables and turkeys and that, and it's great that we're going to be able to do that this year.
All right, Egg Walters, thank you so much. Let's hope that the money keeps rolling in, and I'm going to head over and throw it over to Ryan now.
Thank you very much, Carolyn. Here with Kelly Walsh of the Shalloway Youth Choir. First of all, thanks for coming.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
How many are in the Shalloway Choir altogether?
Altogether, we have over 400 this year.
400. How many are here in the mall?
About 70 of these guys have come today.
Thank you all for coming, because I understand it was pretty short notice.
It is, but what a pleasure and a privilege to come and sing for you guys.
This is a busy time of year for you. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of your big events going on right now?
Well, we just finished our 25th anniversary Christmas concerts. We had 2 concerts this weekend, and we've got about 5 or 6 more gigs. We're singing with the Ennis Sisters, and we're singing with the NSO and Kittiwake Dance Theatre, and some Christmas caroling downtown. So it's a busy but a really beautiful time of year for choirs.
Awesome. What are you going to sing for us now?
We're going to sing a real old traditional tune, the 7 Joys of Mary.
Awesome. Thank you again. Coming up on Here and Now, so much more to come. More from the Shalloway Youth Choir. Sean Panting is here with us, and your weather forecast after the break. And welcome back to the Avalon Mall. Here now broadcasting live, of course. Today is Feed NL Day. It's been a great day from start to finish. Of course, finishing it off here at the Avalon Mall with our Here Now live show with Sean Panting coming up, the Shalloway Choir still to come, and of course, have to get to your weather details, because a few weather details to iron out over the next couple of days. Why don't we start with the satellite and radar picture? If you are heading out this evening, especially along the west coast, do take care. A lot of Christmas parties on the go, and when you see that satellite and radar picture, you can see those onshore flurries continuing for western Newfoundland. So any travel plans this evening, please do take care out there. The flurries that have been rolling through across the Avalon today, those still in the mix, but pretty isolated over the next couple of hours. Now, as we back things out, you can see the big low brewing off to the south, and this is a pretty unique system. It's been snowing today in Texas, in Louisiana, in Alabama, in Mississippi. There are great pictures on social media of palm trees with snow on them, so that's how rare this system has been, and it's the same system that's going to be bringing the unsettled weather into us for the weekend. Special weather statements are already in effect from Environment Canada for Newfoundland because of, well, the unsettled weather. We've got some snow, we've got some ice pellets, we've got some freezing rain, and some rain. Snow and rain, the big stories, as well as the wind. And let's take a look. I made this map earlier today, and it kind of gives the general idea here. You can see where the island is going to be a little bit of a mess. We've got snow on the leading edge, the Avalon, the Burin, Clarenville, Bonavista Vista across the south coast. I think snowfall amounts are going to be generally less than 5 centimeters. Rainfall totals in the 30 to 50 millimeter range, with the potential for 50 to as much as 75 or 100 from across the south coast, Costa Bays, Fortune Bay, the Burin Peninsula, perhaps even Placentia Bay. A pretty messy mix through central, where we could see snowfall totals add up to 10 or 15 centimeters. Rainfall amounts, though, a pretty healthy dose there of 15 to 30 millimeters. And again, snowfall amounts will be greater on the northern peninsula. And I think the bullseye here will be Eagle River, Happy Valley, Goose Bay, Cartwright, and up towards the Rigolet and Makkovik regions, where the potential for 30 centimeters or more, especially along the coast. Okay. Let's get into the timeline, and we'll start with tonight. And note those flurries again on the onshore flurry nature for the west coast of the island rolling through tonight. You can see where those do continue as we move into tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we're going to be seeing some shower and flurry chances over the Burin and the Avalon Peninsula. Morning temperatures in that 0 degree range, so a better chance as we look at the forecast. Highs, lows for the morning, -5 in Corner Brook, -18 in Labrador City. And a look at your Saturday forecast shows that we are going to be seeing that mix continuing over the southeast and especially across the Avalon and the Burin Peninsulas. Pretty quiet across Labrador for tomorrow. Our forecast highs in the 2 to 3 degree range for the Avalon Peninsula tomorrow, and for the west coast, we're looking at temperatures closer to the freezing mark with generally cloudy skies, but some sun breaks in there. And in the Labrador, it's going to be a pretty quiet day for Saturday ahead of this next system, which is rolling in. So let's roll through your timeline for Saturday night. And you can see where the snow will begin on the Avalon Peninsula for Saturday evening, and then really ramping up through the overnight, where we have our best chance of accumulation. But by the time we get to Sunday morning, already changed to rain for the Avalon and the Burin Peninsulas. We're waking up to snow, I think, in Bonavista, Gander, Grand Falls, Windsor, and Corner Brook, transitioning, though, to rain through the morning, through ice pellets and freezing rain. And by the time we get to mid-Sunday morning, transitioning for Corner Brook and then the Northern Peninsula into the afternoon. The big story for the island Sunday afternoon, rain, gusty winds, and the snow is going to be continuing for you folks in Labrador with the wind ramping up. Quick look at your highs for Sunday. Yes, 14 degrees for the Avalon, and double digits, I think, for the Burin and the Avalon, maybe even Gander. High single digits by the end of the day in Corner Brook, and you can see, I think, by the end of the day, we are transitioning to rain even as far north as the Straits. We'll have a look at next week with your 7-day forecast trend coming up in a few minutes. Carolyn.
Thanks so much, Ryan. Time now for some more music, and I'm here with singer-songwriter Sean Panting. Welcome, Sean.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, Sean, you are really a master of taking well-known songs, rewriting the lyrics, making it so, you know, we laugh and we think, and you did something special for us tonight. Can you tell us a little bit about your song?
Well, when the CBC calls, you know, you don't decline. It's unpatriotic. I have taken the song Good King Wenceslas, and I have recapped our year's events, you know, in a comical way, I feel.
All right, can't wait to hear it. Take it away.
All right. complain about lunacy and mishaps. I, your humble troubadour, will supply a recap. Let's begin with Danny Land, where Costco is moving. Danny's got it well in hand, that's what we're assuming. Now it seems the gloves are off, council has attacked it. Danny's speaking legalese, gonna be a racket. Dwight and Co. are on the case, but they have not mastered how and when and what to do to avert disaster. Power bills are blowing up, finances in peril, rolling over Muskrat Falls, trapped inside a barrel. Up along the country copes with conclusions foregone. Bill Morneau is on the ropes, but Justin's made of Teflon. Time to time he takes his lumps, nothing he can't handle. When your neighbor's Donald Trump, nothing is a scandal. To our neighbors to the south, my congratulations. You may have ushered in the end of civilization. North Korea's talking tough, words and actions bitter. Donald might be blowing up, and I don't mean on Twitter. Hollywood is full of creeps, journalism also. In politics, the old boys club needs an overhaul. So this year, Fed Up Women chose using prescient hashtags to come forward and expose predatory scumbags. We usher out the passing year, break out the paraphernalia. We all know that Christmas cheer is good for what ails ya. To the food bank we implore, give what you are able in this season to ensure a food for every table.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Sean Panting. And look at this gorgeous bundle of furry joy coming up after the break. We're going to tell you about a different kind of food bank in this province, and we'll let you know how you can help animals like this one in need. And welcome back to Here and Now. Well, all night tonight we've been talking about feeding people, but we can't forget about our furry little friends, right? Heavenly Creatures is a local organization that has a pet food bank, and they're looking, oh, there we go. This is Sapphire, and she likes to climb. Thank you, Donna. Yes, Heavenly Creatures has a pet food bank, and they're really in need of some donations. So this afternoon, I went by their food bank and spoke with one of the volunteers, Marilyn Madigan.
Marilyn, this is the pet food bank. The shelves look pretty bare.
They are.
Is this normal for this time of year?
No, it's not. It's not typical. It really isn't. It's really unfortunate that we've kind of had to go through this. Sometimes it happens several times a year, but more often than not, the shelves are really full.
Why do you think nobody's donating this year?
I don't know if it's the timing of year, if it's because Christmas is coming, if there's a real punch, you know, to save your money.
So who do you see come through these doors? Who uses the pet food bank?
You know, everybody and anybody. We don't never turn anybody away. The food bank generally is for a lot of people that are low income, that receive government assistance. We have seniors that come, and people on disability, pretty much everybody and anybody.
And what do they say when they come in?
I need help. I need food. I can't afford to feed my cat this week. I need litter. Do you have any supplies, cat treats, cat toys, etc., etc.?
They could be behind on bills.
Yep.
Or
you betcha.
Anything. So
Yeah.
this is a bit of a safety net, I guess, for people who desperately need something for their animal.
Yes, and we tell everybody you come through our doors, you can come once a month, and we enter you into our system, and then basically you're free to come back again.
Yeah, it's like a people food bank, but for pets.
Kinda. Yeah.
And of course, Heavenly Creatures also needs food because you take care of a lot of animals.
We do. We have over 90 animals every month that we care for. So that's food, litter, supplies, vet care, etc. Currently, we're a little over $10,000 in debt with vet bills right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so the need is great.
And for people who aren't familiar with Heavenly Creatures, what is it you do exactly?
We rescue the homeless, the strays, the abandoned, the neglected, the abused. We take everybody that we possibly can.
How much does this pet food bank mean to your organization? How important is it to fill these shelves right now?
It means everything. We couldn't do it without the public support, people in the community. We don't receive any government assistance, so we basically rely on everybody and anybody to help.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope that I hope you get a nice influx of food.
Me too. As you can tell, the donations have just started slowly to come in, but we're hoping now with the word being put out there that you know, the shelves will fill up really quickly.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Oh, thanks.
So lots of need for sure. And Donna McCullough, you are a volunteer with Heavenly Creatures. For people who want to donate food or supplies, how can they do it?
Well, we're having a food drive. It's going to start on Monday, and it's running until the 23rd of December, and it'll be from 6 to 9 every evening. You can also drop it off at our thrift store, which is open from noon to 4, Monday to Friday. And whoops.
And you also have a website too, heavenlycreatures.ca. So can you tell us a little bit about these guys?
Well, there was 5 little girls, all black. They were found on a construction site, and no mama to be found. So the 5 of them were bottle fed. So it's our volunteers.
Citrine and Sapphire, they are both up for adoption, so hopefully they will find a very loving home. And I know Anthony Germain is a cat lover for sure, so maybe Anthony might want to take one of these guys home.
Well, he can have one of our 90.
Oh, 90. Over to you, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carolyn. I didn't want to go over that part of the mall because if I did, I know I'll take one of those kittens home, and if I bring another cat home, it would not be a very happy Christmas in the household. Every time I go to, I take one. Beautiful cats, though. I'm here with the Daw family from CBS. All 4 of them here visiting. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I'm going to start with you because you're down here, and your name is McKenna, right? Yeah. McKenna, what do you like about Christmas?
Presents.
The presents? Can you give me a big smile? Because I think if you sort of look up at the camera a little bit, I think, do you need 2 teeth or something? Because there's a song for you. Have you ever heard the song? All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. Yes, you have heard that? I think you might get teased a little bit about that. And you are?
Acadia.
And you've got all of your teeth.
Yeah.
So what do you like about Christmas?
Family.
Family? What's that? Oh, yes, you're right. She is missing one tooth. That's true. So you like being with your family, and obviously your sister likes presents, but
Yeah.
Christmas, of course, is more than just presents, right?
Yeah.
How about the food at Christmas time?
Yummy.
Is it yummy? And there's a lot of it?
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes a little too much?
Yeah.
A lot of turkey and dressing.
Turkey and dressing. Come over to Dad quick. As soon as you talk about food, that's when men get very excited about Christmas, right?
That's
And
right.
You're Lance.
Lance.
Okay. What's special to Christmas about for you?
Spending with the family, like Acadia said, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely the food.
No question about the food. How about the missus? Is she easy to find the right gift for?
No, she is not, and I'd say everybody could agree it's hard to find something for the missus.
Yeah, a lot of men have that kind of predicament. I'm going to come over and talk to Shannon. Hello, Shannon.
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So when you start thinking about what you like about Christmas, what do you enjoy the most about it?
Kids, happiness and with the family.
Do you find that you're taking all the burden of the decorating and that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Common problem.
Yeah.
Common problem. Listen, Merry Christmas to all of you. Nice meeting you, and have a great Christmas.
You too.
All right. Stay tuned, because when we come back, we've got a big donation to let you know about. That's coming up. All right, welcome back to our special edition, our CBC NL show, on Here and Now, live at the Avalon Mall. I'm joined by Wanda Hillier with the Royal Bank. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Obviously, there are some corporations, lots of corporations that make participating in this. Why does the Royal Bank want to be part of this?
Royal Bank has a very long history of wanting to be involved in their communities. As employees, we're encouraged to volunteer and participate and be active in our community. And this is RBC's Corporate Foundation's way of showing support.
Okay, so what have you brought? We'll take a look. $20,000. That is fantastic. Woohoo! That's excellent.
It is.
On behalf of the CBC Newfoundland and Labrador, I want to thank you for that. That makes a huge difference, and it'll add to what I think has been a successful day. Just how successful? I know, Carolyn?
Well, that's looking pretty good
It's
so
very
far.
good,
And the
very
person
generous.
who really knows the answer to that question is joining me now. This is Katie Rose. She's the communications director with CBC. Very, very busy day today. How's it been going?
Oh, it's been fantastic. The generosity in our communities is amazing. It's inspiring. We're having a wonderful day.
And how can people donate?
Yes, there's a multitude of ways. Right now, well, today we're finishing up now here shortly, but you can still come by the mall until 7 o'clock if you want to make a donation. After that, we're also accepting donations online, cbc.ca/feednlday. As well, you can go to any RBC branch in Newfoundland, and that's right up until January 6th to make a donation.
Okay, so still some time.
Yeah, still some time. As well, CNA is collecting turkeys, and they're doing that till December 22nd.
Fantastic, Katie, and you'll be by a bit later for a grand total.
I will.
All right, great. Thank you so much. I'm going to throw it over to Ryan now. Ryan?
Okay, and here with the Shalloway Youth Choir we have
Amanda Davis.
And?
Claire Donnan.
And why don't we first talk about the fact that you have a big trip coming up. Where are you going?
We're going to South Africa, and we're all super excited. It's going to be an incredible experience for all of us.
How long are you going for?
Around 14 days, because we have 1 day of travel on either end.
And 14 days. What will that 14 days look like? What are you going to be up to when you're there?
Well, we'll be doing different workshops with different choirs from South Africa, and we'll be doing a few different things and traveling around, because I think most of us haven't been before, so just traveling around.
Awesome. The weather's probably going to be hot there. Are you ready for that?
Oh yeah, definitely ready for that. It'll be like around winter there though, because the seasons are reversed, but it'll still be really warm.
Yeah. Have you ever been to South Africa?
No, I've never been under the equator, and we're going to Cape of New Hope, which is the most southern part of all of Africa, so that should be really exciting.
Awesome. Well, best of luck on the trip. I hope you have a great time. What are you going to be singing for us now?
We're going to be singing Hark the Herald for You, which is going to be conducted by our associate conductor, Jen Hart.
Awesome. Thank you.
Joyful, ye
And welcome back to the Avalon Mall, and it's been Feed NL Day. I'm here with Marcel Elliott, the Avalon Mall manager. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm good. Now, I understand you have a check. Thanks, first of all, for hosting us today. It's been fantastic.
So this is going to be a great tradition. Hopefully this happens every year. So happy to have you guys. Great job. A lot of work goes into it. So
thank you.
Great to have you.
And I understand you have a little something for us.
Yeah, we do. Avalon Mall's 50th anniversary. So we thought, hey, a good turkey at Christmas is $50, and we'd like to feed 50 families. So here's a check for $2,500, and hopefully that goes a long way.
Awesome. $2,500. Now, thank you so much for that.
No
now,
problem.
you and I had a little wrap-off earlier today, and this was not our first rodeo.
This is not our first meeting, but
No.
last year for me went much better.
So let's have a quick look at last year. We've actually have both of them side by side, sped up, so everybody at home can see you beating the pants off me last year, but sweet, sweet redemption for me this year as I edged you at the very end, and even I got my bow on mine. I don't know what happened.
This is just a mess.
Yeah. But anyway, a bit of fun.
It
Thank
was
you
fun.
so much,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
thanks again for hosting.
Excellent. We look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Great. Now, as we transition to the weather forecast, again, it's been delightful inside, not too bad outside, but we have had some flurries to deal with today, and we've got a whole lot messier weather coming over the next couple of days. Let's take a look at that map one more time that I've drawn up. This is what we're looking at by the time we get through to Sunday night into Monday. So a big mess coming Saturday night in through Sunday. You can see where it's going to be a mess across the island. Snow transitioning to rain, a whole lot more rain than snow for the southeast half of the island, and a messy mix in between, and way more snow in Labrador. That's where the bullseye will be. Let's have a look at your Saturday forecast again. Showers and flurries mixing over in the southeast. Temperatures near 2 will be near the freezing mark in central and just above freezing along the west coast. You can see where we're looking at -6 in Happy Valley Goose Bay with some flurries in Lab West. Sunday, that is not a misprint. That is a 14-degree temperature high in St. John's on Sunday, but boy, the wind is going to be howling. So not quite a walk around the lake kind of 14 degrees. It's going to be raining, and it is, of course, going to be very windy. We're talking about gusts in the 80, maybe even 90 kilometer per hour range. We've got temperatures near 8 degrees for Grand Falls, Windsor, and Corner Brook, and -8 in Happy Valley Goose Bay and Labrador City. Now, as we talk about a look into next week, there's the system that's going to be bringing all this mess, and we'll run you quickly through this. Through the overnight on Saturday into Sunday, that's where we have our rain transitioning to snow. By the time we get to Sunday afternoon, pretty much everybody has transitioned. Snow and wind is going to be the big story for southeastern Labrador Sunday afternoon, Sunday night into Monday. The system will depart as we roll through the Monday time period, and we have a bit of a break, but I am keeping an eye on a little wave that's going to shoot through pause point here for Monday evening. Could see some light accumulation across the Avalon and southeast, and then another system coming in for next week, but it also looks like a snow to rain system for the island. So we'll talk more about that, obviously, in the coming days. Want to throw now quickly to that time lapse that we mentioned of Marcel, and that Marcel and I did that wrap off, and we've got that video for you now, and you can see where certainly we went toe to toe over the last couple of years. As I mentioned earlier, he got the better hand of me last year, not so much this year, as I finally Awesome. So thanks again to Marcel, and thanks to the Avalon Mall for hosting us this year. Let's throw it over to Anthony Germain.
I find, I could have taken a lesson from Ryan, because I find this really, really stressful. And
Look like you're struggling a little bit.
no, we'll get this done there. There, is that good? What do you think?
There's a better way. There is a better way.
Cheating, but thank you so much.
It's called keeping the holidays simple, for sure. And lots of people are celebrating the holidays, but lots of people are also celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, right?
Yes, there are. Some people getting nicer gifts than this week. Take a look after.
Welcome back to Here and Now.
It's time to see who's celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. A special 90th birthday greeting tomorrow to Mary Fewer in Chapels Cove, who now lives in St. John's. And happy birthday to Mose Hunt from Riverhead, Harbour Grace, who turns 90 on Monday. Happy 91st birthday to Muriel Hart in Clarenville, now lives in Mount Pearl. And happy anniversary to Rex and Minnie Lodge in Port Union. They are celebrating their 50th today. And congratulations to George and Shirley Walsh from Embry. They celebrated their 57th anniversary on December the 2nd.
Happy 67th anniversary to May and Gerald Penny from Corner Brook. John and Patsy Boland from Newtown, Bonavista Bay celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary on December 2nd. Congratulations. Len and Eloise Bugden of CBS are celebrating 55 years of marriage today. Happy 94th birthday to Maud Stoyles. Her birthday was on December 6th. Majors Garland and Daisy Scared celebrated their 56th wedding anniversary on December 4th. They are retired Salvation Army officers from St. John's.
And happy birthday to Ignatia Madden. She celebrated her 96th birthday on December the 6th. A happy 90th birthday to Joyce Trickett from her 8 kids and their families. And happy 60th wedding anniversary tomorrow to Eric and Hazel Kindon of Stag Harbor, Fogo Island. And a happy 55th anniversary to Margaret and Eric Diamond from Change Islands. Congratulations to Eric and Jean Boyd in St. Anthony. They are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary.
Happy birthday to Hazel Elliott of Botwood, who celebrated her 94th birthday on December 6th. Happy 92nd birthday on December 12th to Dorothy Dot Noseworthy of Whitburn, now living in St. John's. Happy 57th anniversary to Winston and Rachel Robson of Harbor Deep, now living in Deer Lake. They will celebrate on December 11th. Happy 95th birthday to Florence Baldwin of Jackson's Arm, who celebrated yesterday. Happy 54th wedding anniversary to Garland and Rhoda Parsons of Norris Point.
A happy 53rd wedding anniversary to Ralph and Judy Matus from Dover. And happy 69th wedding anniversary to Violet and Nathan Yetman in Bay Roberts. Muriel Pickett from Centerville celebrated her 93rd birthday with family and friends on December the 3rd. And a happy 58th anniversary to Eric and Marion Humphreys from Northern Arm. Happy anniversary to Al and Linda Greening from Musgrave Town, who will celebrate their 65th wedding anniversary tomorrow.
Happy 99th birthday tomorrow to Ruby Hiscock in Mount Pearl. Congratulations to Raymond and Eileen Blundell of Hickman's Harbor, Random Island, who will celebrate their 60th anniversary tomorrow. And we're told they are faithful viewers of Here and Now, so thanks for that. Happy 50th wedding anniversary tomorrow to Albert and Daphne Morgan of Kelligrews. Happy 52nd wedding anniversary today to Max and Ina Lovelace of Seal Cove, Fortune Bay. Happy 59th wedding anniversary to Rena and Jim O'Driscoll from Carbonear.
And a happy 58th anniversary to Edgar and Florence Pink from Gander. A 94th birthday today to Pearl Noseworthy, and we're told she is the oldest, or most senior resident rather, of Leading Tickles. And a happy 94th birthday to Susie Grandy from Grand Bank, who is celebrating her birthday today. And a happy birthday to Ethel Saunders from Gambo, who celebrates her 91st birthday tomorrow. Happy wedding anniversary to Nita and Martin Rideout in Twillingate. They are celebrating 64 years this Sunday.
Happy 91st birthday to Ambrose Marr from Bird Cove, now living in Port Saunders. Happy 95th birthday to Mary Lockyer of Garden Cove, Placentia Bay. And we will end on a milestone birthday. Happy 105th to Lillian Wells of Cox's Cove.
Welcome back. I can't believe the Feed NL show has gone by so quickly.
I know. It's been such a busy day, from the morning shows this morning, province-wide, to Here and Now this evening. It's been a great day.
Absolutely, and it all comes down really to one thing, and that is the money that's being raised for people in need, for the food banks. And Katie Rowe joins us again. What is the grand total?
So numbers are still coming in, but we're just shy of $75,000 right now.
$75,000? That's awesome, Katie!
It is awesome, and a ton of non-perishables as well.
In case you haven't met this guy, this is Giver the Moose. So yeah, he seems pretty happy with the total. And people can still donate, right?
They can. They can donate online, cbc.ca/feednlday until January 6th, or at any RBC branch.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone who donated.
And Giver, what do you think about this?
I think it's absolutely wonderful, and I'm totally sold out. All the givers are gone, except me. I'm a collector's item. You can buy me on eBay for about 10 grand.
Awesome. Thank you, Giver. Thank you, Katie. And thank you, everyone at home, for donating. Thank you to the Avalon Mall. Have a great night and Merry Christmas.
12 for the 12th December.